We are live.
Okay, Pratishtha, we can start now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Pratishtha, a fourth-year dual degree student in computer science at IIIT. I joined through the lateral entry mode of admission, and that is the topic of discussion for the session today. Joining me to answer any questions you might have are Ayush, Pragya, and an alumnus, Rajshekhar. I think Ayush can go ahead with his introduction right now.
Hello everyone, I'm Ayush Kumar Lal. I'm from Delhi and currently I'm in my fourth year of BTech. I'm enrolled in dual degree program of electronics and communication engineering, and I'm associate in processing and communication research center. Pragya, you can go ahead with the introduction.
Sure. Hello everyone, I am Pragya Khanna. I am a second year electronics and communication dual degree student at IIIT Hyderabad. I too joined via lateral mode of entry in 2022. I believe Rajshekhar can go with his introduction now.
Hello everyone, this is Rajshekhar and I'm presently working as a digital VLSI engineer at Texas Instruments in Bangalore, and I graduated from IIIT Hyderabad in December of 2021. Pratishtha, you can continue.
Okay, so I think it'll be best to start with a basic introduction about what lateral entry is and how is it different from different degrees here. What's the difference between dual degree and a lateral entry? Ayush, would you take up the introduction to lateral entry?
Yeah, sure. So if I put it into a simple words, lateral entry is a direct entry of up to second year of engineering, that is the third semester. Especially in IIIT Hyderabad, we will be enrolled into two specific branches. One will be computer science and engineering, the dual degree program, and similarly there will be a dual degree program for electronics and communication engineering. So the students who are already enrolled into the related branches of computer sciences can apply for computer science and engineering dual degree program. And similarly, students who are enrolled in programs related to communication, electronics and communication engineering related branch like EEE, such similar branches, they can apply for this particular branch. So yeah.
I would like to remind you all that the floor is open for questions, although we will go ahead and give you a brief introduction about what is life like once you join IIIT and why you should actually take this mode of admission. I think Pragya would be the best person to answer how she found life at IIIT. How was the transformation for you?
Sure. So, I have only recently joined IIIT, and to be honest, I was also very scared when I came here. Like, how would the transition be? Considering the fact that everyone has already known each other for the past 1 year, all my batchmates, why would they be willing to accept me? But I was wrong at so many levels in thinking that, because everyone was very welcoming. And not just my peers, I feel my seniors also helped me a lot, because whenever I felt lost in any case, they were there to guide me, to help me through it. So the community here is very tight knit and everyone is very much more than ready to help each other. So the adjustment period is something that one should not worry about. Yeah, that's from my side. I guess that's not something you should worry about.
And there's another question for you following up on that. What is the difference between your earlier college and IIIT?
I mean, there are differences in so many aspects. Like, okay, let's just start with academics. Like, the academics here is so thorough, and it's the first time I saw so many project-based courses. So we got to have a chance with the hands-on experience. Like, there's so much more learning when you have hands-on experience. So that's one thing I really like. And there are so many research centers that we can choose from. And I'm currently exploring, and there are a plethora of choices for us. And apart from that, there's also life apart from academics, which I wasn't sure there exists. Like, there are so many activities, and recently only, like last week only, we had a college fest named Felicity, and everyone really enjoyed, and we got a chance to do something other than academics. It was really fun, and the clubs here are also very active. Like, if we are interested in dance or music, we can find people with similar interests, and we can have some time away from academics, enjoying ourselves, which helps us be more motivated when we have to work harder. So yeah, that's my take on this.
Okay, thank you. I think a lot of us are also interested about the placements and the incentives IIIT has to offer. I think Rajshekhar will be the best person to answer that.
Yeah, Pratishtha. So, as I mentioned earlier, like I'm working at Texas Instruments right now, and I think as for the placements, it's pretty much the same as the dual degree program at IIIT, and you get to have a lot of a long list of companies like Microsoft, Google, AlphaGrep, or and Meta, and a lot of other EC-based companies, also like Texas Instruments, NVIDIA, and also Google Hardware. Also, Apple is one of the company which came to India and hired first at IIIT during the first placement season. Yeah, like the placement scenario is pretty much the same as any other student at IIIT, and yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay, I see another question here about research opportunities. Actually, IIIT has a very diverse range of labs and centers available for any research interest you might have. For example, I was very interested in quantum communication and I found an opportunity to work on quantum communication here. So I'm a part of Sequest, which is a center of quantum science and technology. And it's given me a lot of exposure to research in quantum communication as per my interest. Similarly, Ayush is from a ECD background, but he's got the opportunity to research in a lot of CS fields. I think he wants to elaborate on that.
Yeah, sure. So being the electronics and communication engineering student, many people have this perception that this particular branch is only exposed to hardware related stuff such as VLSI or embedded system kind of things. But I actually got the opportunity to explore the computer vision side, image processing side, machine learning and deep learning side. So the curriculum here itself is so diverse and not specific to a branch that it gives you a lot of opportunity to explore. Even in my research, I was, working on IoT and computer vision related topics, along with machine learning and deep learning topics. So there's a huge opportunity, not only restricted to your branch, but also related to whichever field of research you want to go. There are several research labs available in the campus, basically robotics related research center, or something related to if somebody really wants to go into code, they are also free to go. There's a CWIST lab here, signal processing communication research center is there. So there's immense opportunity for electronics and communication branches, not only specific to hardware but also for the software.
Okay, thank you. There's a lot of questions actually asking whether how they should prepare for LEEE exam, whether they can find a sample paper, or how hard is the competition. I think we'll all answer it in parts. Pragya, can you describe about how you prepared for lateral entry?
Sure, sure. So preparing for lateral entry, you don't have to do anything separate from your curriculum at your previous college. Like whatever is being covered in your second year is pretty much what they will ask in the exam as well as in the interview. So you don't need to take stress as to what they will ask. Even the syllabus is very clearly mentioned on the IIIT website. You can take a note of it. It is ugadmissions.iiit.ac.in, and there you can go and check the LEEE syllabus for both computer science and electronics and communication. Just be thorough with your subjects, and that's enough. As for sample papers, there are not much sample papers that you need to do. Just practice questions from any gate book or only of the topics that are mentioned there. No other topics are required, even for the interview part. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Both for CSD as well as ECD, you just need to be thorough with your understanding of whatever was taught to you in your previous college, the core subjects, and that should be enough. As for the competition for LEEE, there are about 20 seats per branch for CSD as well as ECD. And it is relatively easier than JEE mains, but yeah, you should definitely go for it. There's a lot of misconception about how IIIT is a little hectic regarding academics. Ayush, would you like to take that up?
Yeah, sure. So basically hectic and all, it's all about the perception. Like, let's say we are given assignments on daily, at periodic basis, and it's up to students how they have to manage the assignments. So there will be several aspects in the curriculum where people have to spend some time for the research, some time for their academics, and sports and extracurricular stuff. So I would say accumulating all those things and managing at everything, giving certain specific time to each component doesn't will make you feel that it's been hectic. So let's say if you'll just spend time on some certain aspect of your curriculum, then obviously the rest of the curriculum will be facing some backlash. So you have to manage everything properly, and there will be sufficient time for you. Basically during the exam times it will get a little bit hectic, but before that it will be pretty much there will be a lot of time available for research and all. So you don't have to worry much about the hecticness of the college curriculum.
Oh, okay. There's a question that asks that lateral entry requires us to spend 4 more years at IIIT. Is it really worth it? I think Rajshekhar and Ayush are really good people to answer that since they're quite a way past. So,
Yeah, sure. So basically, I personally feel it's really it's definitely worth to spend. I mean, the time that we devote in the college, it's really help us in growing our the knowledge that we have. And related to the research part, it's true that we have to spend 5 years. But let's say if we are regular with our research related work and all, we can actually complete it before the stipulated time. So when I was in my second year, I was able to publish paper in my second year, and in the successive years, I published one more paper. So I would say the time that we devote for the research work, it's up to us how much interest we are showing towards the topic that we are allotted. So I mean, it's definitely a good shot to give. Basically, you will be able to go into the depth of the particular topic that you are working on, and it's a good experience. And I guess Rajshekhar has, graduated from the college, so he will have a better insight for this.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, as mentioned earlier, I actually graduated in around 3.5 years by December 2021, whereas I was supposed to graduate by July 2022. And one thing that I would like to stress on and mention is basically start early as soon as possible. And I mean, it might be a bit difficult to find your interest, but as mentioned earlier, all the faculty and the departments and the research centers are always there to help you out to find your interest, and you can always I mean, it's better to start early, and that's what would help you like graduate on time.
okay, thank you. Pragya, how much does performance in a previous college matter if I want to gain admission through lateral entry program at IIIT?
As far as I believe that it's not the performance, but the knowledge that you have gained in your previous college that matters the most here. No one is looking at how much achievements you have or how many accolades you have achieved in your previous college. What they're looking for, how deep understanding you have developed about the subjects in your previous college. That's all that's required. You don't need to worry about your CGPA or scoring some Olympiad. All you need to worry about is understanding the topics thoroughly. That's the only requirement. So don't be worried about your performance in the previous college.
There's also people asking about how many students are generally selected. There's about 20 seats, like I said before, for both the branches. Also, there's a lot of questions about the interview. Can you brief me about the interview process and how did you find it was?
Yeah, sure. So interview process, like I understand that it can be very scary thinking that you are in your second year and there would be a professor probably interviewing you. Even I was scared in my time, and I believe many of my seniors were. It is very natural to feel that way. But trust me, like they are not trying to scare us away. They are rather trying to help us. They always ask us which topics have you prepared best, and they always try to like help us. They guide us like, okay, you keep on asking questions in a way we can answer properly. And if you're thorough with your subject, there's nothing to worry about the interview. It's very much similar to what you would be writing in the examination. So just be calm about it and you'll do well.
Okay, is there any eligibility criteria regarding the GPA requirements? No, there is no CGPA criteria. You do not need to have a CGPA greater than 8 to apply for LEEE. Moving on. Again, there's a question about the placements of LEEE students. Rajshekhar, would you take that up?
Yeah, sure. So as mentioned earlier, again, so it's basically the same. I mean, there is not exactly any discrimination as such, like as mentioned, as asked in the chat. For the LEEE students, you will be joining along with the other dual degree students, and it will be you'll be going through the same courses and the same curriculum. So, and even the placements, you'll be going through this the same set of students with the dual degree people. So there is it's exactly the same as the dual degree student, and as I mentioned earlier, like the opportunities are like way too many to list the number of companies and the number of people that get hired. And it's not only the placements, people do go for other research oriented opportunities also after their dual degree and lateral entry at IIIT.
Also, just
Yeah.
add on to the placement point. So basically, we know that when we go for the placements, the company comes for a specific role and all. But the way you do the research and the curriculum that you have done in your college, the companies also give you opportunity to, the way you have made your resume and all. They will actually ask you regarding that particular thing, and it's not necessary that they will be, taking you for that particular role. So what I mean exactly by this, so let's say if I take my example, I sat for the signal processing role in the job for the company, but based on my computer vision profile, they actually felt that I was pretty, decent in that particular knowledge. So they gave me an opportunity to switch into that particular field. So company will actually rather will be more, interested for you if you have done a proper research. So there won't be actually any discrimination. They will actually treat you exactly equal, and in fact, they will be more happy if you have done a good job in your research and all those things.
Thank you. Also, there's some skepticism regarding discrimination on the basis of lateral entry as compared to other normal students. Ayush would like to take that up.
Yeah, sure. So there's no, like as we mentioned previously, so there is no as such like there won't be any discrimination that will be going that will happen with you. So everybody will be treated exactly the same, and in fact, all the opportunities will be open to you. There won't be any certain specific thing that would be restricting LEEE people or any kind of discrimination that you have to face. So there's no worry from that particular side.
Okay. How to manage time for college study and LEEE preparation? As we mentioned before, your LE preparation is completely based off what you grasp from your normal college courses. So the deeper understanding you have of your normal college preparation, the better you prepare for LEEE. Are CSD students allowed to take up electives in linguistics and related humanities courses? Yes, you are free to choose your domain of research as per your interest. We do not have particular lines for a particular branch to be researching in the same. For example, Ayush, he took a different elective being from a ECD branch. And similarly, I am researching on an information related branch being from a CSD background. Okay, could you provide any example of successful projects or research in context to digital logic or graph theory or any topic? Ayush, would you like to elaborate on that?
So, okay, specific topic that graph theory that we are talking about here. So many research labs actually work on this particular topic, and in fact, the lab that I'm associated with, that is Signal Processing and Communication Research Center, they have also worked on graph, signal processing and all those graph algorithms. There are several, research papers that the research center has published, and for exact, the research topic, you can actually visit the college website where the research publications will be provided to you guys. and you can actually search what all exact particular areas that they have tackled in that domain. If I give you an overview, like there are many music related stuff. Basically, music is nothing but a symbol that we use in order to basically the graph can actually be incorporated into it to just see from which direction the signals are coming, and accordingly they can do the analysis for that. So it's just a very small example that I've given you, which people work on. So for finding more detailed knowledge, you can refer the research papers that research labs are published, and you can go to the college website. You will find them.
Okay, following up on that, how difficult did you find to do research or publish papers in your coursework?
Okay, so I would say it's all about the interest. So it's difficult only if we start lagging behind the things when what we are supposed to do. So let's say there will be certain specific deadlines for us, and there will be tasks that we have to complete by a within a specific duration. So when we have interest for the domain, we automatically start doing it, and there won't be any forcefully you won't be doing anything. So I would say it's not at all difficult if you are interested in the domain that you are doing working on. So even in second year you can publish paper, even in third year you can publish, but it's all depending on your interest, how you are the topic that you are currently working on and the lab that you have associated with.
Yeah, I think Rajshekar can also elaborate on that since.
Yeah, so as mentioned, like it's basically it's not. I wouldn't say it's not exactly difficult. It's more about balancing and trying to balance the time and trying to understand what's more important, and basically prioritizing stuff and doing it accordingly. So once you do that, and as I said, like starting early, I think like everyone would be able to manage doing research alongside coursework. Yeah.
I think also there's a fact that we have really uplifting professors and advisors at IIIT who are ready to help you at any step of the way, and also really good seniors. I myself have had a lot of help from my seniors who would help me get through with the research papers. How is the gender diversity at IIIT? I think recently there's been a lot of change in the gender diversity because the gender ratio is almost normalizing now. We've had a lot of extra seats for women helping with the gender ratio. Also, there's a lot of specific schemes at IIIT that have helped for that. There's a specific email for inquiries about dual degree women applicants, which we would put in the chat, and you can check that out. Moving on, how to start LEEE preparation in the second semester. Pragya, would you like to take that up?
Sure. So being in second semester, that is first year, like you are well in time to start preparation, like you have enough time, your second year hasn't even started. So just like in second year, you'll have your core courses based on whichever branch you are from, and just keep focusing on them, keep practicing different questions from different places. And if you're thorough with it, you should be fine. You don't need to stress much. Just keep practicing a lot. That always helps.
Okay, thank you. Also, why is dual degree better than single BTech degree? Ayush, would you elaborate on that?
Sure. So personally, I would say when you pursue a dual degree program, you will be having a in-depth knowledge of any specific topic that you're working on. So in a single degree program, you actually have you get exposure to many different areas. But in order to excel into particular areas, you have to actually go into the depth of that particular field, and you have to get hands-on experience for that particular domain, and you need to understand what are problems that you can encounter when you are particularly working on that particular topic. So those kind of experiences can only come when you are pursuing your master, because it really associate to a particular lab, which helps you in growing into that particular direction. So I would say that's that's one of the things that industries are also looking for. So even in industry, when a person is having a more domain specific knowledge, they will be more interested for that particular person rather than a person who is having you know sparse knowledge for every different thing. So that's my personal opinion. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Um, okay. A question regarding research, like how does one actually do research? If I know the domain I'm interested in, what do I do next? I think once you have an idea about what you're interested in, all you have to do is go approach the professor, the advisor in that domain, and they will guide you through it. You don't need to worry about a lot of stuff. And as you go, we learn a lot. Does anybody else want to elaborate on that? Ayush?
Sure. So basically, once you know your particular domain and when you know your interest, you start asking, and you start meeting people which are already associated with that particular topic. So you will be gaining knowledge from them also. So it's all about the teamwork that you do in a lab, and you start working with people with similar mindsets and similar area that they are working on. So you won't really feel that much pressure from that you are lost in a oblivion and there is no way to get out of it. So once you start getting the interest, you will find people who are having the similar interest. Even your guide will help you in that. And so it's all about the teamwork and how much you can gain knowledge from other people. So yeah.
Following up on that, there's also a question about did you guys have a research interest already sorted out before joining IIIT? Or did you find your research domain after joining IIIT? For me personally, I had my mind set on quantum communication, which is one of the reasons I joined IIIT, because they have such an amazing background for quantum research. But everybody has their own research story, and it's not necessary for you to have research projects or internships for appearing for the LEEE interview. You can find your interest along the way, especially in your second year, you get to have a diverse range of electives from which you can find your field of interest. Does doing MS help in getting internships in research areas? Ayush, would you take that up?
Yeah, sure. So basically, when you go for your research, regarding the internships, you can actually go for several research-related internships. So the lab itself will provide you opportunity for that. They will help you in getting collaborations with different foreign universities, and you can actually go there and do research related project and work in collaboration with them. So doing the particular research will help, obviously will help you in getting that particular research internship, and also it will help you in normal industry related internships also. So whether you will talk about Samsung research or Microsoft research, so these kind of companies will also be there which are interested in research related students. So yeah.
How much impact does prior research or internship has on your selection at LE? Is it compulsory or beneficial? Pragya, would you elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. So I don't feel that it's compulsory to have a prior research experience or anything like that, because I have so many peers who have we all just joined and we are exploring how to do research. So that's not a necessity at all. And obviously, yeah, it could be beneficial if you already have done research, you already know your research interest. It's great. You know why you're coming here, you have your mindset, that's great. But if it's not the case with you, that's also fine.
There are some other questions regarding the exam. Is preparing for gate level questions enough to crack the LEEE exam?
I feel that's more than enough. Like, you're practicing the top quality questions. What else do you need? Why are you scared? Just go for it.
Okay, and like deep core knowledge in the subjects.
Yeah, exactly. Like, deep knowledge is obviously required. That's how you will be able to solve the questions. And yeah, you can gain it by practicing the gate level questions, like someone already mentioned.
Someone's also asking about startup opportunities at IIIT. Somebody needs to volunteer to take that question up. I can inform you that there are specific courses and specifically driven workshops for startups. For example, there's a particular course called Technology Product Entrepreneurship, and they focus on specifically guiding a particular team through their startup journey. Somebody else wants to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I would just like to add some points into the topic. So, when you actually get into the research related projects, you tend to develop certain projects which can actually provide real life, which can also do a real life impact. So if I talk specifically for my IoT related project, we actually developed a device which can convert analog water meters to digital water meters. So regarding that technology, there is also one startup that we have created, and there's a that that startup is actually helping providing this facility in order to tackle this particular problem, where we are trying to convert all the analog water meters to digital water meters. And not only specific to water meters, we are also trying to tackle several other water level water level technologies and all those things. So your research will also be can also play a major role in starting the new startup, or providing a new technology which can boost which can help in providing a real life impact. So there's a immense opportunity for that also. And regarding funding and all, there's a famous CIE that is there in our college, which actually help in providing incubation for those startups, and they will be available for any required funding for your particular ideas or any startup that you're planning.
Thank you. Can you also elaborate on how ECD at IIIT is compared to other places, and also how is it compared to CSD?
Okay. So our IIIT Hyderabad is not actually divided into departments. So in other colleges, there are several departments like electronics department, computer science department, mechanical department. But in our college, our institute is divided into several research centers. So that research center is actually help in providing you whatever interest or any research field that you want to go into. So it's not actually restricting you to focus on only hardware related stuff, but actually you can explore to many computer science related stuff. And once we go into our third year of a BTech, you will have many courses which you can opt for in order to study for any computer science related courses like computer vision or any image processing related topics, or machine learning related courses. So there's a huge overlap between computer science and electronics related courses. So it's like not exactly related. It's not exactly same as other colleges where you will be allotted to a particular department, where that department will be only teaching you that particular course which is specific to that particular branch. So it's totally open, and it's up to you where you want to explore.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the live at IIIT questions. Will there be enough time for extracurricular activities, or is it very hectic? Pragya, would you like to share your experience?
Sure. So I believe like it takes a while to find a balance between the two things, your extracurricular and your academics. But once you do, there is you can find enough time for things you really enjoy. Like I along with many of my friends took part in wall painting during the Felicity time, and it was really fun for everyone. And not only that, we play sports. There are constant competitions going on related to sports and extracurricular stuff. So you don't need to worry about life as such, because everyone finds ways to enjoy. We are not studying 24/7 because that's not practically feasible. But yes, you do find your life here.
What does your typical day at IIIT look like?
So every day is quite different based on the classes we have. But yeah, there are obviously assignments that we are working with. We have to like keep up with the deadlines. but there's always an hour or two you find for yourself to do something that you really like. I know my friends who go for dance practices at night. There are people hanging out, playing with their bands, and it's fun all.
Okay. How do you measure student progress and success? And suppose if a student is very much struggling, what strategies do you use to support students? I think there's a mental health club on campus which is there to help you through anything. Also, your progress, I think there's support for anything that you ask for. All you need to do is go ahead and ask for it. What is the coding culture among ECE dual degree students? Do they get successful in finding good software jobs after graduation? Ayush and Rajshekar would be the best people to answer that.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'll take this up. I mean, the coding culture is same as the CS people. Like it's pretty much similar because you'll be taking a lot of CS related courses also along with the other your CS peers, and it's pretty much like in most of the cases it comes up with the assignments that you do as part of it. And also there are a lot of people from lateral entry or EC participating in other coding competitions. And like at least I know few people that who have went for the regional levels uh, of the coding competitions. And as for the placements and the company's perspective, it's again the same. It depends on your coding assignments or coding projects that you can showcase as part of your resume, and how well you can like answer the interviews or the coding rounds as part of the placements. So as for the opportunities, it's pretty much the same. And as for the coding culture also, like as you take the similar courses and also you can participate in all the competitions, it's pretty much the same.
Okay. Again, I see a question about discrimination between LEEE students and JEE main students. There is no such discrimination. Once you are a part of IIITS, you're treated like any other student. You get the same opportunities and the same treatment as anybody else. Regarding the ECD syllabus, is analog electronic circuits included in the syllabus? Ayush?
Yeah, so basically analog electronics related questions will be there. And there will be few, there will be some of the questions which will be of gate level and stuff. For exact details, there can be changes in the format at every year. So for exact syllabus and all, you can actually visit the website where there will be more detailed information about the current this year's syllabus pattern. So if it has changed, it might be there, it might not be there. So for the confirmation, you can visit the college website. So the syllabus pattern can actually, there can be some variations at year to year basis. So to be sure, you can visit the college website.
Okay. If we get a higher SGPA in all 3 semesters, then will it give us an edge for LEEE? Like I said before, your CGPA does not matter for your exam. It is your knowledge that you put through in the exam that will be your focus. When will the 3rd semester for selected students start? Your semester starts in July. Is MS degree applicable and almost equivalent to MTech, or is it less valued by institutes due to dual degree? Your MTech degree is more practically focused, while the MS degree provided at IIITH is research focused. So we will be trying to look at what the industry is doing right now and try to develop on that. It is not less valued compared to other degrees, and it will actually give you an edge over others because you will always be on top of whatever the industry is doing. What are the college timings? Your first class starts at 8:30 and your last class ends at 6:30. But you are free to choose your classes depending on what suits you. Your electives are always divided throughout the week in a particular way, and you will have enough free time to have your cultural activities. How can I manage the course if I get admission to IIITH, as the level of course at IIITH will be much harder compared to our college? Pragya had such a transformation recently, so she'll explain that.
Yeah, so not necessarily harder, but like it would be more in depth. That's one thing I felt like there were some courses that were, I'm not saying same, but similar from my previous college, but the way they were taught was totally different. The way the assignments were was totally different. Yes, we have to put in more effort, but the output is worth it. So yeah, it will, it won't be something that you won't be able to manage considering you have already studied it. But yeah, it will be a bit harder. So that's why I take.
On the website, there's a new section of mathematics common to CSD and ECD. Is the calculus portion limited to single variable calculus, or do we need to cover multi-variable calculus and vector calculus in depth as well? Your mathematics courses are electives, so you'll have a particular number of credits to complete, and you can choose any one that you want. Okay. If we have not completed our fourth semester till July, then we have to leave the current college in the middle of the fourth semester, or is there a way to handle the situation? Does anybody have an answer to that? Because I would refer you to mail the people and then just get the answer from them.
So yeah, even I would agree. Like the college like admission section would be able to answer this better. Just for our year, then when we were applying, there was a time that was a time for the COVID. So in that particular time, many college curriculum actually got postponed, and there were some buffer time when we were actually stuck into the fourth semester. But college actually understand all those things, and they will be helpful from their side, and they gave us the opportunity to appear for the exam even if we were in the fourth semester itself. So I guess it's better to actually mail college authorities. They will be providing you much better insight for this.
Okay. Do dual degree students get the opportunity for internship in the third and fourth year? Ayush, would you take that up? I think Rajshekha can also take that up.
Sure. So, I mean, in general, if I speak, so dual degree students will be getting the internship opportunities in their fourth year. So, like, basically, they can, go for research-related internship, or they can apply for off-campus also. Rashika sir has graduated, so I guess he can also, give some insight for that.
Yeah, sure. So I worked as an intern during my fourth year summer at Texas Instruments, which later got converted into the PPU, and also I also worked as a research intern in a Canadian university, which is University of Alberta, during the fourth year summers. So it's completely possible to do a intern, and usually it's after it's during the summers, like after your fourth years. That's when you usually do. And there are other open source related internships that people do apply for, and people do it during the summers and all, like something like GSOC or Linux Foundation and all that stuff. And even those it's more like you can apply it from anywhere, but it's more like the peer group here is much more competitive in that regard, in that respects, and you get more support when you're trying to apply for such type of things. And you might have already heard, like IIIT usually makes a lot of GSOC submissions and GSOC based selections. Yeah.
Okay. There's somebody really interested in digital logic, and they're wondering whether you could explain the teaching method related to digital logic, and how do you find it different from other colleges?
Okay, so sure. I guess I can take it up, like, because as I told before, I'm working in Texas Instruments as a digital VLSI engineer, And so it's basically we do have a separate lab working on digital logic and like FPGAs and all that stuff, compilers and all that stuff, which is computer systems group. You can check that up online. And as for the courses and the way of teaching, like we the courses at IIIT have like such type of courses usually have a lab component also, like and related to it. And one thing that I really liked about learning VLSI at IIIT was I was given much more access to many other like EDA softwares when compared to at my previous college. And like I was able to do like actual projects using the EDA tools which are usually used in the industry. And yeah, that's one of the major thing. Yeah.
Can you also elaborate on the placement opportunities, and does the branch matter in the case of placements?
The placement opportunities, as I said, like there are a huge number of companies usually which come for the placements drive, and except for very few like which are particular about the branch, most of the other companies do accept both EC and CSE people, and like usually the branch doesn't matter in that case. But there are very few companies and very few roles which do mention that they want a particular branch. Like for example, in my case, VLSI, they won't be able to take the CS paper because they won't be having those courses and all. So yeah, that's one particular case. But there will be few companies which have that specific branch requirement, but there are very few in number, like max 10 maybe. Yeah.
Okay, there's a question regarding safety of women at IIIT. I would like to specify that Hyderabad is a very, very safe place for women. At IIIT itself, we have a really good system of security in place, and it's been really great. My personal experience has been really great and really safe right now. What about Pragya? What is your personal experience?
Like, yeah, this is my first time away from home, and I don't think I felt like there's anything that I was scared about or anything like that. It was pretty much safe, and my parents even they didn't feel like scared or anything leaving me here. So I don't think that's something that we need to worry about.
Yeah. What is the difference between an MS and an MTech? Are they the same? How is MS at IIIT different compared to doing MS abroad? Rajshekha, would you take that up?
So one thing is doing MS abroad, like if you don't consider the which is research based, it's mostly course oriented. Like for example, at least in US, if it's not an MS research based MS, it's usually course oriented, and you take up like similar to your undergrad, you take up courses like 5 courses every semester and such stuff like that. But at one major difference is like here at IIIT, it's more about research based, and also it's as it's part of dual degree, you get to do your research, like start your research from your undergrad phase itself. So it's more like an undergrad research which basically stems out to become your master's thesis. So that's one of the major difference. But as like yeah, like that's one of the major difference. But I think both of them would be on par, like when you compare the master's degree at research based master's degree in like abroad.
Also, what are the opportunities for future students? I think placement-wise.
Okay, I mean, once you graduate, you can either go towards like go towards industry, or you can even continue doing research in as part of academia. Like it depends. Like there are the path that you choose. It depends on what you are interested in that particular at that particular point of time. So yeah, like most people, like many people that I know actually also went for a PhD after the masters, or like few of them are working as part of the industry, both as in engineering role and as well as a research role. So it completely depends on where do you want to go.
How are inter-college relationship of IIIT, both academic and cultural? Pragya, would you like to elaborate on the balance of cultural and academic events at IIIT?
Yeah, sure. So, like recently only, there were quite too many fests and events going on in other colleges in Hyderabad also, and many students from my batch also went there. And I believe there are many conferences or talks going on in our college where students from other colleges do attend. And there was a big hackathon that happened few weeks back at our college, I guess a month back maybe, and there were people from various colleges all over Hyderabad. So I believe the relations are quite good, and yeah.
Okay. How is a semester for dual degree students? How are we evaluated? How is it different from a normal semester that we take up during our BTech? There is an honors component that comes with being a dual degree student starting at your third year, and you are graded on the basis of your research that you do as a part of that honors project. Your fifth year is completely based on your research, and you would be taking about 2 subjects for credit requirements, and the rest of it would be based on your progress through research. Is it allowed to take wires, breadboards, gates, and all related electronic devices outside the digital logics lab to hostels to perform experiments and tests in hostels? Ayush, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, so basically, when we talk about these small components and small electronics devices, it is allowed for us to take to our rooms and collaborate with our friends. I mean, whatever teammates are there, and do the required task. But let's say when there are other equipments which are a bit costly and which has to be kept under constant surveillance, that are not allowed to take out of the lab and all. Also, it's not necessary that you have to work into that specific. I mean, let's say the electronics lab, you only have to come there in order to work. There are workspaces allotted to you, and you can actually go there in order to do the stuff. And even in your research labs, you can actually do all those experiments. If Rashikar want to elaborate in that, maybe he can just tell.
Yeah, so I mean, in few of the instances, like when I had to use, like, let's say a costly oscilloscope or something like that, I was like, as part of the research or even the project, we were given permission to use the lab, like even later at the night, in case if we do have a deadline or something like that. So it's not like you can do it even in the lab in case if you want, like the bigger instruments and stuff like that.
Okay, Pragya, could you tell us the important topics to prepare for LEEE and also about the competition of LEEE compared to JEE?
So, about the important topics based on the branch, like I said before, they are the second year topics that are there in the curriculum. To be more specific, you can check them on the website, because every year there can be a little bit change in the question patterns. So I'll mention the website once again, just so that you can note it: ugadmissions.iit.ac.in, and go to the LEEE section, and you can check out the topics and be clear about that. And regarding the competition, I feel as compared to JEE, the competition here is less. Why? Because you have to only focus on the topics being taught in the second year. This reduces the syllabus, and you are actually passionate about the stuff that is being asked. Like you just have to study those topics, and those will be asked in the paper and in the interview. So that reduces the competition quite a lot.
Is there any chance to collaborate with other abroad universities for research? Ayush and Rajshekar, will you take that up, please?
Yeah, so there are chances for the collaboration, and like we actually collaborate with many reputed foreign universities, and NSU is there, and then Princeton universities will be also there. So even in universities that are there in Finland, so there will always be an opportunity for those such collaborations, and even the guide that is there for your journey, he will also encourage you to go for those type of collaboration, because that will also expand your own range of knowledge, and you will get knowledge from other people's project also. So yeah, maybe Rashikar want to include something.
Yeah, I mean, there are many opportunities to collaborate, and like I mean, as part of my research and like my colleagues, like we had a collaboration with one of the university in uh, u- university abroad, and also like we participated in one of the hackathon over there. And so it basically like, and one of my colleagues is actually going for an internship over there, and few of my seniors also did go for internships during their third year and fourth year to Norway and Sweden. So it's like it's completely possible to collaborate and like even go for a research intern as part of your research process. Yeah.
There's a question regarding hostels. Lateral degree students get the dual occupancy hostel or single occupancy hostel. For your first year at IIIT, that's your second year in your degree, you'll get a dual occupancy hostel for women, and after that you're shifted to a single occupancy hostel. How is it for the guys, Ayush?
Yeah, so till the third year, you will be sharing the room with a roommate. And once you go to your fourth year of BTech, then you will be allotted a single room. So,
Are there ACM ICPC clubs? Yes, we have we have a programming club at IIIT, and we've always had a particular team qualifying for the final round of ICPC. So yes, you'll find enough support for ICPC, any preparation support you need. Finally, how has been your later entry experience at IIIT coming from a different college? Do you recommend this program at IIIT? I think all of us can answer with their own experience. Pragya, would you like to start?
Sure, sure. So I believe my experience here has been quite enriching. I got to interact with so many people who are doing so much in their lives. I get to learn so much on daily basis, and I believe the academic structure here is much different from my previous college, and I really appreciate that. Like I really like the project component of courses because I like the hands-on stuff. And one thing that I really appreciate is the research centers and how we are not just limited to the electronics part of it or just the CS part of it. We can choose anything we want. So I like the wide range of opportunities this college has provided me. That's for me.
Ayush?
yeah, sure. So, for me also, it's been a really good journey till now. I've also been exposed to many research-related topics and projects. I got to a taste of what research actually is and how much curriculum, diverse curriculum IIIT provide you. That's, I guess, it's not anywhere else. I got to understand it's not the electronics subject in particular is not only about the hardware and all, but actually it's all about the combination of software and hardware, both the things. So from knowledge perspective also, it has been a great journey for me. Yeah.
Rajshekar?
Yeah, I think lateral entry program has been a really great opportunity for me to like move colleges to IIIT, and the journey has been amazing. And I still like I found a lot of people that I'm still in contact with, and the whole experience has been enriching. And like I think like it is a reason for the like where I am right now, for the position where I am right now. Yeah, thank you.
I think even for me, it's been a very transformative journey. Academically, also, I've felt that I got to learn a lot. Every day is something new you get to learn, as well as peer-wise. I think I found a very enriching environment, and culturally too. I could pursue any interest that I had. So definitely would recommend IIIT. I think that is all the questions we have for today. So, any last comments by anybody? Okay, so all the best for your exam, and we would love to see you here.
Yeah. All the best to all of you guys. I hope you clear the exam and meet you soon in the college.